The airport lounge in JFK buzzed with the muffled announcements and hurried footsteps of travelers, but for Emily Carter, it felt like the eye of a hurricane. She clutched her boarding pass, her heart pounding not from the impending flight to Chicago, but from the text message that had just lit up her phone. "We need to talk. Now." "Mom." As she sank into a seat, the woman next to her, a stranger with piercing green eyes and a leather jacket, leaned in slightly, her voice cutting through the chaos like a lifeline. "Rough day? Looks like you could use a distraction." Emily had always prided herself on control. At 32, she was a rising star in corporate law at a prestigious firm in Manhattan, the kind of woman who mapped out her life in bullet points and timelines. But that afternoon, as the plane taxied down the runway, the stranger, introduced as Lena Ramirez, shattered that illusion with effortless conversation. Lena was 29, an independent journalist based in Brooklyn, with a sharp wit and stories from protests and underreported scandals that made Emily's boardroom battles seem trivial. By the time they landed at O'Hare, Emily felt an inexplicable pull, a spark she hadn't felt since college, when she buried her fleeting crushes under layers of ambition and expectation. Back in her Chicago hotel room that night, Emily stared at the ceiling, replaying their exchange. Lena had handed her a business card with a casual smile. "If you're ever in New York and need a real tour, hit me up." It was innocent enough, but Emily's mind raced with forbidden thoughts. Her family back in conservative suburban Ohio would never understand. Her father, a retired military man, preached traditional values at every holiday dinner, and her mother, a devout churchgoer, had once whispered that those lifestyles were a phase best outgrown. Emily had dated men sporadically, always ending things before they got serious, blaming her career. But Lena's laugh echoed in her ears, stirring something deep and dangerous. The next morning, Emily's phone rang, her mother insistent. "Emily, honey, your cousin Sarah's getting married next month. We expect you to bring someone. It's time you settled down." The words hit like a slap. Emily mumbled excuses about work, but inside a storm brewed. She texted Lena on impulse. "In Chicago for a conference. Coffee if you're ever here." To her shock, Lena replied immediately. "Funny you ask, I'm flying in tomorrow for a story. Let's meet." Their first coffee turned into dinner, then a late-night walk along the Chicago River. Lena spoke passionately about her work exposing corruption in local politics, her eyes lighting up with fire that made Emily's pulse quicken. "I fight for what's right even when it costs me," Lena said, her hand brushing Emily's accidentally, or was it? Emily pulled away, heart racing, but the damage was done. That night, alone in her room, she confronted the mirror. "What are you doing? This isn't you." As the conference dragged on, Emily found herself distracted, checking her phone for Lena's messages. They met again, this time at a quiet bar where Lena shared her own scars. Growing up in a Latino family in Texas, where her coming out at 18 had led to estrangement. "My parents said it was a sin, but I chose truth over silence," Lena confessed, her voice steady but eyes vulnerable. Emily envied that courage. I don't know if I can," she admitted softly, the words tasting like betrayal to her upbringing. The tension built like a pressure cooker. On her last night in Chicago, Lena walked Emily back to her hotel. Under the neon glow of the city lights, Lena stopped, turning to face her. "Emily, there's something here. Feel it. Do you?" Emily's world tilted. She nodded, but fear clamped her throat. "I can't. My family. Everything." Lena's face fell, but she nodded. "I get it. But hiding hurts more than you think." As Emily entered the lobby alone, tears stung her eyes. The cost of denial was already carving into her soul. Back in New York, Emily threw herself into work, billing endless hours on a high-profile merger. But Lena's presence lingered like a ghost. A week later, an email arrived. An article Lena had written about LGBTQ rights in corporate America, subtly referencing anonymous sources who lived in shadows. Emily read it 3 times, her chest tight. Was this about her? She replied. "Powerful piece. Let's talk." They met in Central Park, autumn leaves crunching underfoot. Lena was direct. "I like you, Emily. More than friends. But I won't push if you're not ready." Emily's internal conflict raged. Loyalty to her family versus this burgeoning truth. I'm scared, she whispered. Lena took her hand, a simple gesture that sent electricity through her. For the first time, Emily didn't pull away. As days turned to weeks, their meetings grew frequent, stolen lunches, evening walks. Emily felt alive, but guilt gnawed at her. Her sister called one evening. Mom's worried about you. You're distant. Is there a guy? Emily lied, the words bitter. The deception was her first betrayal, to herself and her family. One night, over wine in Lena's Brooklyn apartment, the dam broke. I think I'm falling for you, Emily said, voice trembling. Lena's kiss was gentle, a revelation. But as Emily lay awake later, panic set in. What if this destroyed everything? The price of love was emerging, sharp and unrelenting. Emily's double life began in earnest that fall. A precarious balance between her high-powered job and secret rendezvous with Lena. By day, she navigated courtrooms and client meetings with steely precision, her colleagues none the wiser. But evenings brought whispered phone calls and hidden dates in out-of-the-way cafes, where Lena's touch made the world fade. Yet, each moment of joy came laced with dread. What if someone saw? What if her family found out? The first crack appeared during Thanksgiving. Emily flew home to Ohio, leaving Lena with a promise to call. At the family table, surrounded by relatives, the questions flew. Any special someone, Em? Her father boomed, clapping her on the back. You're not getting any younger. Emily forced a smile, mentioning a fictional coworker named Mark to deflect. Her mother beamed. Bring him next time. The lie twisted in her gut, a betrayal to Lena and her own heart. Back in New York, Lena sensed the shift. You seem distant, she said over dinner one night, her green eyes searching. Emily confessed the holiday charade, tears welling. I hate lying, but they're my family. Lena's face hardened slightly. And what am I? A secret. The words hung heavy, the first real confrontation. Emily reached for her hand. You're everything. I just need time. Lena sighed, pulling her close. Time can be a cage, Emily. As winter set in, the relationship deepened, but so did the pressures. Emily's firm assigned her a pro bono case defending a young woman fired for her sexual orientation. The irony burned. Here she was, advocating publicly for rights she hid privately. During prep, she confided in Lena, who encouraged her. This could be your awakening. But at home, doubts plagued her. Late nights, she'd scroll through old family photos, remembering her parents' pride at her law school graduation. Coming out could shatter that. The turning point came at a firm holiday party. Emily attended alone as always, but Lena texted, "Wish I was there with you." A colleague, tipsy, joked about setting her up with a male associate. Emily laughed it off, but inside resentment boiled. That night, she drove to Lena's, arriving unannounced. I can't do this halfway anymore, she declared. They talked until dawn, Lena sharing stories of her own painful coming out. Lost friends, family, silence. It hurt, but freedom was worth it, Lena said. Emily nodded, resolve building, but fear lingered. Christmas brought another family visit, this one fraught. Her mother pulled her aside. Emily, we've noticed you're different. Is everything okay? Emily's heart raced. Just work stress, she lied again. But her father's sermon-like talk about family values during dinner felt like a personal attack. She excused herself early, calling Lena from the airport. I miss you, Emily whispered. Come home to me, Lena replied. New Year's Eve they celebrated quietly in Lena's apartment, watching fireworks from the window. As the ball dropped, Lena proposed. Let's make this real. Tell someone. Emily hesitated, then agreed to start with a close friend. The decision felt like a leap off a cliff. But betrayal loomed. Emily's sister, visiting New York in January, stumbled upon a text from Lena on Emily's phone. Can't wait to hold you tonight. The confrontation was explosive. What is this? Are you gay? Her sister demanded, eyes wide with shock. Emily froze, then denied. It's nothing. A joke. Her sister left angry, promising to tell their parents. Panic set in. Emily had betrayed Lena by denying her, and herself by lying. She confessed to Lena that night, expecting anger. Instead, Lena was hurt. How can we build something if you're ashamed? They argued, voices rising. I'm trying. Emily cried. Trying isn't enough when it costs us both, Lena shot back. The night ended in tense silence, the first major rift. Emily threw herself into the pro bono case, winning it in court. A small victory for justice, but a personal torment. The client thanked her tearfully. You gave me my life back. Emily smiled, but inside, she wondered about her own life. That evening, she called her sister, apologizing but not confessing fully. It's complicated, she said. Her sister softened. Just be happy, Em. As spring approached, Emily faced a choice. Attend her cousin's wedding alone or risk everything. Lena pushed gently. Come with me as my date to a friend's event first. Baby steps. Emily agreed, her heart pounding at the public step. At the gallery opening, holding Lena's hand amid strangers, she felt liberated and terrified. But the high was short-lived. A photo from the event surfaced on social media, tagged by a mutual acquaintance. Emily's phone blew up. Her mother. Who is that woman? Explain now. The storm had broken. The call from her mother came like a thunderclap, shattering the fragile peace Emily had built. Emily and Carter, what is going on? Your aunt saw a picture online, you with some woman looking intimate. Her mother's voice trembled with a mix of confusion and disapproval. Emily, pacing her Manhattan apartment, gripped the phone. Mom, it's not what you think. But it was, and the lie tasted like ash. Lena, sitting on the couch, watched with concern. After hanging up, Emily collapsed beside her. They know. Or suspect. Lena pulled her close. This is your moment. Tell the truth. But Emily shook her head, fear winning. I can't lose them. The internal war raged, love versus family, authenticity versus security. The next day, Emily flew to Ohio unannounced, determined to control the narrative. Her parents greeted her warily at the door. Over coffee in the kitchen, her father crossed his arms. Spill it, kiddo. What's this about? Emily took a breath. I'm seeing someone. A woman. Her name is Lena. The silence was deafening. Her mother gasped, hand to her chest. But, why? We raised you better. Her father stood abruptly. This is a phase. You've been under stress. The argument escalated, voices overlapping in a cacophony of hurt. It's against everything we believe, her mother cried. Think of the family, what will people say? Emily defended. It's who I am. I love her. Her father shook his head. Love? This will destroy you and us. Emily left in tears, the rejection cutting deep. The price of truth was isolation. Back in New York, Lena comforted her, but tension simmered. They'll come around, Lena said, though doubt flickered in her eyes. Emily nodded, but doubt plagued her too. At work, rumors swirled after the social media post. A senior partner pulled her aside. Personal life stays personal, but be careful. It could affect promotions. Social prejudice reared its head, subtle but stinging. As summer heated up, the relationship strained under the weight. Lena's work took her to protests in D.C., where she was arrested briefly for civil disobedience. Emily bailed her out via phone, heart in throat. You risk everything, Emily said later. Lena countered. So do you by hiding. The moral dilemma sharpened. Lena's activism clashed with Emily's caution. A betrayal struck when Emily's sister, in a misguided attempt to help, outed her to extended family via a group chat. Messages flooded. Aunts condemning, cousins curious. Emily felt exposed, violated. She confronted her sister. How could you? The reply. I thought it would force you to deal with it. The damage was done. Family gatherings turned awkward, invitations dried up. Lena urged therapy, and Emily started sessions unpacking years of repression. You've sacrificed your happiness for their approval, the therapist said. Emily realized the truth, but change was agonizing. One night after a session, she proposed to Lena. Move in with me. Let's build our life. Lena hesitated. Only if you're all in. Emily agreed, but reservations lingered. The cousin's wedding arrived, a lavish affair in Ohio. Emily attended alone as planned, but Lena's absence felt like a void. Whispers followed her. Poor Emily going through something. Her mother avoided eye contact. Her father offered stiff hugs. During the reception, Emily stepped outside calling Lena. I wish you were here. Lena's voice was soft. I do too. But this is your choice. Post-wedding, Emily returned changed. She organized a dinner with close friends coming out to them. Support poured in a balm to her wounds, but family remained distant. Her mother's occasional calls were laced with pleas. Pray about it, honey. Come back to us. Fall brought a professional crisis. Emily's firm faced a discrimination lawsuit, and she was tapped to defend. The irony, defending the indefensible while living her truth. She confided in Lena. I can't do this. Lena encouraged. Quit. Find a firm that aligns with you. The decision loomed, a potential sacrifice of her career. In a moment of vulnerability, Emily wrote a letter to her parents. I love you, but I love myself too. Please accept me. Weeks passed without response. The silence was a fresh wound. Then betrayal from within. Lena, frustrated by Emily's lingering ties to her family, confided in a friend about their struggles. The friend, a gossip, spread it online anonymously. Emily discovered it during a late-night scroll, feeling doubly betrayed. How could you? She demanded. Lena apologized. I needed to vent. I'm sorry. They reconciled, but trust cracked. As winter neared, Emily made a bold move. She resigned from her firm, joining a nonprofit advocating for LGBTQ rights. The pay cut stung, but freedom soared. Lena beamed. This is you truly. Yet the cost, financial strain, lost prestige weighed heavy. A family emergency tested everything. Her father suffered a heart attack. Emily rushed home, Lena offering to come. No, Emily said. Not yet. At the hospital, her mother broke down. We miss you, but this lifestyle. Emily held her. It's not a lifestyle. It's me. Her father, weak but awake, squeezed her hand. We'll talk. The awakening began, slow and painful. The hospital room in Ohio smelled of antiseptic and regret, a stark backdrop to Emily's fractured family. Her father's heart attack had been mild, but it forced confrontations long avoided. As he recovered, Emily sat by his bed, holding his hand. Dad, about Lena. He sighed. I don't understand, but you're my daughter. It wasn't acceptance, but a crack in the wall. Her mother hovered, torn between faith and love. We'll pray for guidance, she said softly. Emily nodded, hiding her frustration. The moral tug-of-war continued. Back in New York, Emily shared the update with Lena, who listened patiently. Progress? Lena asked. Maybe, Emily replied. But the strain showed. Lena's activism pulled her away more, leaving Emily to grapple alone. One evening, after a long day at the nonprofit, Emily found Lena packing for another trip. You're always going, Emily said, voice-edged. Lena turned. And you're always holding back. The argument flared, old wounds reopening. The betrayal deepened when Emily discovered Lena had been texting an ex, seeking advice on their issues. It's nothing romantic, Lena insisted. Emily felt the sting. But you went to her instead of me. Trust eroded, decisions loomed. We need space, Emily suggested, the words a sacrifice. Lena agreed tearfully, moving to a friend's couch temporarily. Alone in the apartment, Emily dove into self-reflection. Therapy sessions intensified, exploring her internalized prejudices. You've paid dearly for others' expectations, the therapist noted. Emily realized her choices, denial then partial truth, had cost relationships on all sides. She reached out to her sister, mending fences. I forgive you. Let's start over. The response was warm, a small victory. Social pressures mounted at work. A colleague at the nonprofit shared her own story of family rejection turned reconciliation, inspiring Emily. She organized a panel on LGBTQ issues in conservative communities, speaking publicly for the first time. The audience applause was empowering, but online trolls attacked. Traitor to your roots. The backlash hurt, a reminder of societal divides. Lena returned after a week, apologetic. I messed up. Let's fight for us. They recommitted, but with conditions: therapy together, open communication. As spring bloomed, they attended Pride events discreetly, Emily's first taste of community. Holding Lena's hand in public felt like defiance and joy intertwined. Family dynamics shifted slowly. Her mother called more, asking tentative questions about Lena. What does she do? Emily answered honestly, planting seeds. Her father sent a card. Thinking of you. It was progress but incomplete. A major confrontation arose at a family reunion in June. Emily brought Lena unannounced. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Her aunt cornered her. This is inappropriate. Emily stood firm. This is my life. Her parents intervened awkwardly, diffusing tension. Later in private, her father admitted, "It's hard, but we love you." Her mother hugged Lena hesitantly. Welcome. The moment was bittersweet. Acceptance tinged with reservation. But joy was short-lived. Lena's journalism exposed a scandal involving Emily's former firm, implicating old colleagues. Emily felt torn. Proud of Lena but loyal to her past. You could have warned me, she said. Lena defended. Ethics first. The ethical dilemma strained them. Truth versus personal ties. Summer brought awakening. Emily volunteered at a youth center for LGBTQ teens, seeing her struggles mirrored. One girl shared, "My parents disowned me." Emily hugged her, vowing change. Inspired, she wrote an op-ed on family acceptance, published nationally. Responses varied, support from strangers, silence from kin. As fall returned, a betrayal rocked foundations. Emily's cousin, jealous of attention, spread rumors that Emily's phase caused her father's health issues. Family fractured anew. Her mother called, distraught. Is this true? Emily denied vehemently, but damage lingered. She confronted the cousin. Your lies hurt everyone. The apology was half-hearted. Lena stood by her, but exhaustion showed. We can't keep fighting the world, Lena said one night. Emily agreed. Then let's choose us. They planned a getaway to the Catskills, reconnecting amid nature. Talks turned deep, dreams of marriage, kids. But reality intruded. Lena received a job offer in California, covering West Coast stories. The choice was gut-wrenching. Come with me, Lena pleaded. Emily hesitated. My work, my family, they're here. The decision loomed, a potential sacrifice of love for roots. In therapy, Emily unpacked. Am I wrong to stay? The therapist replied. Only you define right. Emily chose compromise. Long distance with visits. Lena accepted reluctantly. It's a start. Winter tested them. Distance bred misunderstandings, missed calls, jealousies. Emily visited California, loving the change but missing home. Back east, her parents invited them for holidays. Both of you, her mother specified. The visit was tense but healing. Conversations flowed, barriers lowered. Yet a final twist. Lena confessed lingering doubts. I need someone fully committed. Emily realized the cost. Her indecision had worn them down. The New York winter wrapped the city in a blanket of snow, mirroring the chill in Emily's heart as she faced the ultimatum. Lena's words from their last call echoed. I love you, but I can't wait forever. Emily stared out her window, the skyline a reminder of the life she'd built, and the one she risked losing. Decisions had piled up like debts, each with its price paid in tears and solitude. She flew to California that weekend, determined to resolve. Over coffee in Lena's San Francisco apartment, they laid it bare. I've sacrificed family ties, my career stability for us, Emily said. Lena nodded. And I've given up stability too, chasing stories while wanting a home with you. The confrontation was raw. No holds barred. Your hesitation hurts, Lena admitted. Emily countered. Your impatience pushes me away. They cried, then laughed at the absurdity, forging a fragile truce. Back home, Emily pushed for family reconciliation. She hosted her parents in New York, introducing Lena properly over dinner. Awkward at first, it thawed. Her father shared army stories. Her mother asked about Lena's heritage. You're good for her, her mother whispered later. The acceptance, hard-won, felt like redemption. But societal echoes lingered. Neighbors' stares, subtle workplace biases. Professionally, Emily thrived at the nonprofit, leading campaigns that changed lives. One success: helping a family reunite after a coming-out rift. It mirrored her journey, reinforcing her choices. Lena's articles gained traction, one even citing Emily's work anonymously. Collaboration bridged their worlds. Spring brought renewal. Lena turned down a permanent West Coast role, choosing New York. "You're my anchor," she said. They moved into a larger apartment, symbolizing commitment. But scars remained. Trust rebuilt slowly, arguments over small things flaring old insecurities. A summer trip to Ohio sealed shifts. At a family barbecue, Lena was included seamlessly. Cousins apologized for past judgments. Her father pulled Emily aside. "I'm proud of you for being brave." The moral weight lifted, though not entirely. Emily reflected on the controversies. Was hiding ever justified? Did family owe unconditional love? As fall colors painted the parks, a crisis tested resolve. Lena's exposé on corporate discrimination implicated a relative's company. Emily learned in advance. "Publish it," she urged, choosing justice over loyalty. The fallout: family anger, calls demanding retraction. "You've betrayed us," her uncle roared. Emily stood firm. Truth matters. The sacrifice isolated her temporarily, but strengthened her bond with Lena. Winter holidays united them. Around the tree, her parents gifted Lena a family heirloom. Welcome officially. Tears flowed. Awakenings complete. Yet life wasn't a fairy tale. Doubts crept in quiet moments. Had the pain been worth it? Emily journaled. Love demands sacrifice, but at what cost? Lena read it, hugging her. We paid, and we're richer for it. The story culminated in a quiet proposal under Central Park stars. "Marry me," Emily said, ring in hand. Lena accepted, sealing their path. But questions lingered, sparking inner debate. Had Emily's initial denials been cowardly or protective? Lena's pushes empathetic or selfish? In the end, their love endured, forged in fire. Was choosing personal truth over family tradition ultimately right? Or did it selfishly unravel sacred bonds?